In my opinion, anyway, I just think Shavkat's overrated. I don't really get what makes Shavkat overrated. The way everyone carries on like he's the best welterweight right now, and when people were saying he was going to beat Bilal Muhammad and shit like that, he's just overrated. Some people even put him in the pound for pound rankings. I don't get that either. Marab's actually got such a sleeper resume as well. JDM or Islam? I think Islam. No, I don't underestimate or underrate how good Ian Gary is. I think Ian Gary has the potential to be welterweight champion, and it's a good win that Shavkat has. But the way people hype him up as in like he's the best welterweight. Some people are putting him in their pound for pound rankings. It just doesn't make sense. He hasn't done enough there. Thoughts on John Jones coming out of retirement? I never thought he actually was retired. That's a fair point. I think though what goes well for Ilya when he's deemed pound for pound number one is the fact that he's done it in different weight classes. Shavkat doesn't fight for the title next. He shouldn't anyway. He should have to fight Joaquin Buckley or something. Buckley would beat Shavkat. I still agree with that take. Who do you think could beat Ilya? I think to beat Ilya, you're going to have to be a very long, rangy, good kickboxer that's good at keeping range. That doesn't put a lot of like power into his shots. It's happy enough to just to poke at him with his jab and keep moving around. A lot of lateral movement. I think that's how you beat Ilya. I think Islam beats JDM, but I don't think he beats Ilya. No, not Jalen Turner. Although Jalen Turner, long rangey, can crack as well because Ilya is there to be hit. You know, Ilya's not like this really defensively sound fighter. He is there to be hit. Islam's got good kicks and is a decent striker, but I think when Ilya closes the distance on him, and I think he'll struggle with this with JDM as well, because JDM will put damage on Islam. Volkov Aspinall too. I don't really think it's what's with the Alfredo slander? He's a nice guy. So you're basically saying 155 Ian Gary beats Ilya, someone like that, yeah. Volkov Arsenal too. It's not really something I'm wanting to see, to be honest. Next, I think Arsenal versus Gan. Yes, with the eye. Who beats Ilya? As of right now, I don't think anybody. Dricus or Shimaev. I'm actually kind of going towards DDP now. I don't know. I think he's going to get it done. Heavyweight sucks. Yeah, it does. They need to do like a Dana White's contender series purely for the heavyweight division. Max is fighting in a couple of weeks. Him versus Poirier. Yeah, Max is always fun to watch. Um, I don't know because I think it would be a big jump up in terms of weight for Ilya. Why are you fed up watching the UFC? Yeah, when is he fighting? Is it next weekend? Arman beats Ilya. Nah, Arman's gonna get knocked out by him. Yeah, I think Ilya beats Arman as well. Did he beat the Mexican guy in his last fight? If I remember correctly, it was like a brutal KO. Yeah, I think Orman gets put to sleep. Yeah, I know who you're on about now. DDP or Hamzat? I'm gonna go DDP as of now. Although I was all for Hamzat beating him. And I do think Hamzat will win the first two rounds dominantly against DDP, but I just don't have faith in him TKOing him or submitting him. This is the UFC's rankings. These are mine. Some of the stuff I do disagree with. Like Max above Bilal Muhammad doesn't make any sense. But the problem with Orman is he's gonna have to get close. He's gonna have to close the distance with Ilya, and whenever you do that, he's gonna get smoked. Pantoja and Fat. Well, I would have Pantoja above Dricus right now, but no, Marab's 3. I would have Taporia above Islam right now because of what he's been able to do in his last 3 fights and the fact that he's a 2 division world champion and he's got wins in different weight classes. I think that stands for something. Volk isn't the GOAT. Who main events the White House? It has to be an American. McGregor Chandler's an option. But I think they would want like the American to be the star, if you know what I mean. Where like if McGregor fights Chandler, like McGregor's the big thing. Where they probably need an American to be like the big thing, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I agree. John is back. Taporia versus Pimlet. I think Taporia knocks out Paddy Pimlet, to be honest. No. See, the problem is with Sean Brady is that we know he doesn't have a reliable chin because what Bilal Muhammad was able to do to him. And JDM does have really good scrambles. Obviously, Brady's got really good jiu-jitsu, but can he get JDM down and keep him down? I'm not sure. And if he can't, he's in serious trouble on the feet. No, I don't think so. Paddy Pimlet's good, but Tony Ferguson was catching him. Yeah, I think Arsenal will have 2 fights, and then I think Jones will make an appearance. I think John Jones retired because of the legal reasons, and I think he wants to get more tape on Tom Arsenal. Tony in his prime overrated. I think Marab's Corey Sandhagen. I just think I think to beat Marab, you have to be able to finish him, and I think your best chance of finishing him is a submission. I don't rate Corey Sandhagen's submission game enough to submit Marab off his back, and he doesn't hit hard enough. Taporia smokes Gaethje. I think Gaethje has a better chance of beating Taporia than what Oliveira had, though. Yeah, I think Taporia's got a better chance. Yeah, Tony Ferguson overrated. Taporia. Taporia. No. Poirier would have a good chance. Armin wouldn't. Unless Armin's grappling is just so much better than Ilya's, he gets smoked. I've got Taporia to beat Makachev. I think Taporia would stop him. Ili Top Toro. Boom. Thank you for the follow, bro. Poirier Gaethje 3. Nah, it's over. He's fighting Holloway in the trilogy. I think Marab would beat Pantoja because he's too big for him, but I think Pantoja could cause Marab problems because he does have good jiu-jitsu, really good jiu-jitsu, and he's dangerous with subs. And I think you need to be that when you're in there with Marab, you have to be constantly attacking legs, arms, necks. You have to be looking to try and catch him up in a sub. Marab, I'd pick Marab to beat him. Oh, who have I got? Gaethje or Poirier? Poirier. Yeah, I know it doesn't, but it's Max versus Dustin 3. Like, it's going to be a banger. Yes, granted, Armin will be the better grappler that he's fought, but can Armin Sarukian, is his grappling that much superior to Ilya's where he's going to be able to take him down and control him? Because if not, on the feet, there's such a substantial difference in both guys striking. I think the whole weight bully thing is a bit. I just never really understood it. Boxing makes no sense. Furious 3. I don't know if that's true or not. I did see Fury say about it. Poirier was looking like he was going to beat him anyway. Who's your favorite fighter? To be honest, this sounds basic as hell, but it is to Poirier. Thank you, bro. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of Khalil Roundtree. Dricus by decision. I think there's a good chance that could happen. Although I think DDP has the ability to finish Hamzat if Hamzat does gas. But could you imagine if in this fight Hamzat has cardio and like he comes into the fight fully fit, fully healthy, no injuries? How come you don't rate Khalil? I think he's overrated. Volk, good choice. Yeah. If he beats DDP, will we? Who's the best UFC fighter ever? It's got to be John Jones. I think Mozart is the best featherweight right now. Tapori would have smoked him because Aldo always struggled against high level strikers. John Jones is better. Like it's the truth. No, I don't think Taporia will. Look, in terms of the John Jones cheating, I would say all who you have in your point for point list, whether that's GSP, Demetrius Johnson, whoever, at some point in time took a substance that is now illegal or a supplement that is now illegal. How is Habib the GOAT? I don't get that. Habib Nurmagomedov is undefeated, man. I know that doesn't matter. Why is everyone obsessed with saying Habib's undefeated? It fucking means Jack Diddley. Ilya's top 5 already. I don't know about that. He's definitely top 10. How come you dislike Habib? I don't dislike him, to be honest. I think he's got the worst fan base in the sport. I just found him pretty boring to watch. I was never a big fan of him. If Max beats Dustin, what's next? Him versus Oliveira? Nah, I'm not from there, my boy. Do you like McGregor? Yeah. Reason why I think everybody watches the sport pretty much. Reyes beat Jones, I agree. I just think he's overrated. I just think he's overrated. Who will lose first among the current champions? What fights have we got coming up? I'm probably either gonna say Ankalaev or JDM. That beats who? Habib. Taporia beats him. Nah, I don't think. Do you have any logs for UFC Nashville? Let me have a wee Jeffrey Duke at the card, and I'll give you a log. No, I don't think he does. Right, lock of the card. Let's see. I'm gonna go Steve Garcia over Calvin Kattar. That's my lock of the card. Connor wouldn't. I don't know. I definitely think he could have continued, and I think he would have got definitely a couple more title defenses. I would have liked to have seen Habib move up and fight Usman. That would have been a fight I wanted to see. Max Dawson predictions. I think Max TKOs him. What's your top 5 all time? I've got Jones, GSP. Islam, Volk, Demetrius Johnson. Pound for pound, top 5. Ilya, Islam, Marab, Pantoja, DDP. Volk number 1? No, I don't think he's number 1. Jones is back. I don't know. I mean, it could be McGregor, Chandler. If Max beats Oliveira after Dustin, will he get a title shot? Absolutely. I would love to see Max take on Ilya again. I think Max has the skill set to beat Taporia. Now, would he beat him? We've seen it already. He got knocked out, but I think he has the skill set to beat him. The problem with Demetrius Johnson is skill for skill, he's probably number 1. But even though he's got a lot of title defenses, a lot of them aren't guys that would even be ranked inside the top 15 of the division today. You know, he's got a lot of title defenses, but a lot of people don't even know who his title defenses are against. His best win is Henry Cejudo, who at the time, I can't even remember what his record was at the time. He was dead early on in his career. And then obviously you've got Joseph Benavidez on there, but yeah, please. I love the names just call me when I say stuff about Habib. I'm going to get them all tattooed on me. DDP versus Hamzat, who wins? I think DDP at the minute. Skill set wise, Demetrius Johnson's probably number 1. Probably the most well-rounded fighter we've ever seen. Yeah, Habib is overrated. I agree. Comrade. People forget, man. Habib is undefeated. Shavkat doesn't. That Shavkat is close to having the worst fan base in human history. No, I don't think he beats him. Nah, Arman doesn't beat him. Who would be the next fight for Topuria? I think it should be Arman. Point for point, top 8. Ilya Islam, Marab, Pantoja, DDP, Volk, Ankalaev. Yeah, I do. What's that mean, man? You have to have Jones in your top 5. John Jones is point for point number 1. Or sorry, the GOAT, not point for point number 1. I'm sounding like Dana White. I'm from Northern Ireland, my boy. Yeah, I agree. Tom would have beat him. Rastafari, look him up, look him up. Rastafari, Rastafari, look him up, look him up. Just outside of Belfast, mate. Who is the worst champion ever? Jamal Hill's probably in there for a good shout, to be honest. I mean, you probably could have Ilya above Demetrius Johnson. I can't lie. Let's play a game of poker. I love it now. That's my new favourite game to play. Yeah, kebab is overrated. Nah, no UFC tonight. Although there is boxing. Jack Catterall, Harlem Eubank. DDP is top 3 middleweights of all time. JDM is the welterweight GOAT. Negative. JDM's resume is pretty ass, to be honest. Can you tell me why Khabib Nurmagomedov is the greatest? Yes, I can tell you that right away. He's 29-0. Perfect. Can you name me some of his best wins? Outside of McGregor, Poirier, and Gaethje, can you name me another good win from him? Well, I mean, well, no, I actually can't. And are we going to pretend that his dad didn't pay people off to lose to him? Come on. RDA, good win. RDA is an underrated win that people don't talk about when they're trying to argue Habib's case. Man, Habib can't be in your top 3. Come on. Come on, wake up. Oh, Jesus, he's got him at number 1. Oh, shit, oh, shit, oh, shit. Who's going to tell him? Pantoja's arguably already the flyweight GOAT. Habib in top 3, yeah, block him. Yeah, I actually think you should be trialed for war crimes if you're going to say Habib's even top 5. I wouldn't even have Habib in the top 10. No, there's no UFC tonight. It's not. I can name you 10 fighters right now, all time, better than Habib, right? Okay, you ready? Let's go through them. Jones, GSP, Volk, Islam, Demetrius Johnson, Stipe Miocic, Daniel Cormier, Marab, or sorry, Ilya Topuria, Marab. This is not in order, by the way. Pereira's above him as well. How is Stipe not above Habib? Arguably should be top 5 point for point. So underrated, it's crazy. There's an argument that Pereira is above him. Pereira's beaten Israel Adesanya, former champion, Jan Blachowicz, former champion, Jamal Hill, former champion. Yuri Prohaska, former champion. Sean Strickland, former champion. Who else? Then he's a 2 division world champion as well. He doesn't. How does Habib have a better resume than Topuria? Yeah, exactly. No, Arsenal shouldn't be. Topuria's got the best back-to-back-to-back wins in UFC history. Ilya knocks out Habib. Come on, people. No, I don't think Jones would have. Although I think Jones Arsenal is a lot more competitive than what people let it on to be. Islam and Habib beat Topuria beats both. Yeah, Charles got robbed. Yeah, it was an early stoppage. No, I think he could be heavyweight goat. I think there's a good chance. I mean, it's not like a big thing to achieve. You know, there's not like a lot of legacy you have to beat to become the GOAT. Jan versus Jones. No, I think Jones's grappling would have just been too much. Thank you, brother. If DB beats Hamzat, I'd keep him where he is in the pound for pound. Are you related to Marab yet? If he beats Hamzat, he's a middleweight GOAT. 100%. Couldn't agree. Couldn't agree more. Thank you for the follow, mate. Lerone Murphy will be champion. Don't think so. Do you think Islam ducked? No, I don't think so because he was like he deserves to move up and challenge for the belt. Thank you for the follow. You know, he's the greatest lightweight of all time. He's put in a lot of graft. I think he deserves the chance to move up. So I wouldn't say he's ducking Ilya, no. Especially whenever the UFC said that he had agreed to fight him, which just doesn't make sense to me because Islam might not be fighting in November now. So why don't we just do Ilya versus Islam at International Fight Week? Jack is more dangerous than Ilya? Don't think so. Hamzat just seems like one of those fighters that will never be beat. No, I think he will be. Thoughts on Lopez versus Silva? I don't know. Part of me feels like Lopez is going to get him, but Gene Silva's good. If Hamzat beats DDP, where is he pound for pound? Like 6, 7. If Islam never fights Ilya and retires at the duck, there's a good chance to say that. Give Bilal a rematch and he will get JDM. I don't think so. JDM or Islam? Islam. Ankalaia is on a crazy win streak now anyway. Do you know what's actually crazy to think? We could have got GSP Yoel Romero at one point. I think Islam's grappling is going to be too much for JDM. I think he subs him. I think he submits him. I think he subs him in the 3rd round. I think JDM, him scrambling will leave openings for Islam to snatch up something. No, for me, I would have. This is the UFC's rankings. I would have Pantoja above DDP. I think JDM should be above Arsenal in the rankings. DDP. What do you think is Taporia's weakness? Head kicks. Nah, JDM isn't the most underrated. But that's going to do me for today. I shall see you all again later.